Hey guys, it's Vanya. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite books that I've read so far in 2024. So far this year, I have read 46 books, which is 4 more until like 50, which is my yearly goal of books to read. I think I will surpass my yearly goal of 50 books. So the first book that is my favorite this year is Ruthless Vows, which is the second book after Divine Rivals. I just love like the way the book is written, and Rebecca Ross's writing is just so poetic and it's just so beautiful. And like the end of Ruthless Vows made me teared up a bit, just because of what happened, and also like how the duology has made me feel. Like it made me so attached with the characters that I'm just not ready to let them go, but it was the perfect ending for the duology. The next book is Betting on You by Lynn Painter, and let me just say that Better Than the Movies was my favorite book of 2022 and is still like one of my all-time favorite books. So like every time Lynn Painter releases a YA book, best believe I will read it. Although The Do-Over was just kind of not my vibe, because I don't really like Groundhog Day type of book, since I feel like it is a bit too repetitive. But this one, Betting on You, was just amazing. 10 out of 10. It's about Bailey and Charlie is Wes's cousin. So if you've read Better Than the Movies, Charlie, which is the male main character in this book, is Wes's, which is the male main character in Better Than the Movies, cousin. If you need like a YA book that's easy, quick, and light read, I really recommend Betting on You and the other Lynn Painter's YA books, because they're just so perfect. And then the next book that is on my favorite list is You and Me Honeybee by Gemma Nichols. So I was actually lucky enough to get sent an arc of the book by Gemma herself. So this is one of my prized possessions. So this is the second book in the series. The first one is titled The Long Con. This is like book 2 in the series. This is so good. She also sent me like postcards of like the characters. Look how cute. And then she also sent me stickers with it, which is just so nice and so cute. So I highly recommend you reading like this series. It's very unique. Like I could guarantee that you've never read a book like this before, like The Long Con, and this is the second one, You and Me Honeybee. It's just so good. The next book that is in my favorite list is Play Along by Liz Tumford. This book is slowly making its way to the top of my ranking for the Windy City series, because previously my ranking of the Windy City series was first The Right Move, second Caught Up, third Mile High. So those are my ranking. But I think after reading Play Along is going to be my second favorite. So it's The Right Move, Play Along, Caught Up, and then Mile High. I highly recommend you to pick up this series. Although from my ranking, you probably noticed that the first book, Mile High, is my least favorite. It's because it takes me a while to get into it, and it was just kind of really not my vibe. But once you get into The Right Move, which is the second book, then you'll get hooked. And I don't know what you say, Ryan Shea is one of the best book boyfriends out there. So the next book is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I've read every single Carly Fortune books that she has ever written. So I've read Every Summer After, liked it. I've read Meet Me at the Lake, did not like it. And then I read this one, This Summer Will Be Different, loved it. It's kind of like a hit or miss with Carly Fortune for me, but this one is just so good. It's set on Prince Edward Island in Canada, and the thing about Carly Fortune's writing is she will always sets the book so good. Like, she writes like the settings, the background so well that it feels like you're immersed into like the world. Like you can actually picture like the restaurants that she described, like the rooms, and like the house that she described through her writing. Like, you can vividly picture that, or might be just me, but the way she wrote her books, it's just, it felt like you were there with them, if you get what I mean. The next book that is on my list is A Royal's Game by Georgina Bollum. This book, let me just be honest, like, look at how pretty like the book is. Like, and to think that she released this book when she's just 20, like, how talented. This is such a slay. If you've watched like Barbie Princess Charm School, it's giving this like similar vibes. Like, she gets chosen to go to a palace for a year, and it's just about her life in the palace, like trying to fit in. It's a YA coming of age book, so there's a lot of like growing up, messing up things, and doing the wrong things, making the wrong decisions, but character development, it's everything. I really recommend you to read this book if you haven't already. There's also like the map of the world, which is so pretty. Like, I just really need to show you this because, like, see how pretty is it? And there's just this, like, I don't know how, what do you call it? It's like a quote in the beginning of the book which said, "Not all stories should be romanticized. It is a dangerous way to live." If that does not make you want to read this book, I don't know what will, because that really like drew me in. I think this is going to be a trilogy, but this is just the first book, so there's going to be more, and I'm so excited for the next one. The next book on my favorite list this year is Powerful by Lauren Roberts. So I know that Reckless is also published this year along with Powerful. I think Powerful came out first and then Reckless. But this is the novella after Powerless and before Reckless. So this is about Adina. Knowing what happened in the first book, reading this book is just like altered my brain chemistry. It's the untold stories of one of the background characters in Powerless, and you just can't help but love her character because she's just so sweet, and like, she's that person that doesn't deserve the things that happen to her. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, she just doesn't deserve what happened to her. This is like the exclusive version from The Works in the UK. It's just so pretty, and I honestly, this might be my favorite book of the year, but I don't know. I have so many favorite books this year. The next book in my favorite list is I Wish You Would by Effa Deslauriers. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry if I butcher her name up, but I also get to read this book before it released. I got approved to read it from NetGalley, and I didn't have any expectations like going into this book, like, because I haven't seen people talk about it anywhere, like even on Book Talk or Bookstagram. I haven't seen anyone talk about this book, but let me tell you, this is one of the best YA book that I have read so far this year. The way it is written is just so good, and the conflict was, if you're like me and you don't really like conflicts that are too high stakes, this book is perfect. I don't like when a book is making me stress a lot, like how are they going to solve the issue, but this book is just, it's perfect. Like, you don't need to think too much, you just sit down, read it. I think you can even finish it in like just one sitting. It's so good, so easy to read, and it's light. And the premise of the book, childhood friends to lovers, but then something happened and they started to like not talk to each other again. But then there's this one thing which is called Senior Sunrise, where they have to like come together with all of their classmates, and then their secrets get shared, and it's just this whole debacle, but it's just so good. Like, the setting is on the beach, which is perfect for me because I love books that set in beaches, small towns, like sea countryside towns. It's just giving all of the vibes that I like in a book. If you're looking for a YA book recommendation, I highly suggest this book. Those are the books that I've read and I've loved this year so far. I am reading like this book, and I do have a feeling that this is going to be one of my favorite books. It is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. It came out September 17, so I got an arc of this book from the publisher, which is crazy. Like, to me, it's still unreal every time a publisher sent me like an arc of a book, or like even finished copies of a book. I do have a bookstagram. It's at pan.rates if you want to follow me there and see like a full in-depth review of the books that I've read. But back to the topic, I got an arc of Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, and I've seen so many people's rave about this book, so I am reading this. I'm kind of like a third way through. Yeah, a third way through, I think, and I am loving this book. So by the time you're watching this video, this book is probably already out, so go get your copies and read it. Like, even from like this, I feel like it's so intriguing. Like, she's vengeance, he will be her sword, all will burn. I think that this is going to be one of my favorite books of this year. That's why I'm talking about it right now. But yeah, those are the books that are my favorites so far this year. There's probably more, because even like the book that I'm reading, I already feel like it's going to be my favorite. But yeah, I really hope you guys get some new book recommendations from this video. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I've mentioned, because I would love to talk about them. Comment down below your favorite book so far this year. Really hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next week with another one. Bye!